I mean, I was asking Phil this. Sorry, Phil. I was asking Steve this, and you know, um, you had those 4 or 5 years as good as any team has ever had it. And when you think of standards in your head or your team's head, is it more about that standard you were at when you guys were loaded and running away with everything, or is it you kind of adjust now for the time and the personnel? So you follow what I mean? Like,
you always
unrealistic, or do you keep it realistic?
It's a blend of understanding what wins, our experience, playing, building an identity, winning a championship, trying to maintain that, doing it really 3 different ways. You have a baseline and understanding of what wins basketball games, not necessarily, oh, we need to run this like specific play, because it proves success. It's more of a mindset and a mentality. So you can always hold yourself to that standard. There is a reality of it's hard to win in this league, and every year it's different challenges. A team has to go through so many ups and downs. So you have to stay patient through that, and that is a challenge of, like, all right, we want to win a championship again. What does that actually mean for this team? It's a totally different challenge. So whether it's realistic or not, whether it happens or not, how you approach, like, figuring out that puzzle on a daily basis is fun. That's why we love doing it, no matter how it ends up. Especially when you have guys who've been around and understand how to play at a high level and how meaningful they are to our team. A guy in particular, GP2, he's just unbelievable. He lifts me up as a person, as a friend.
Yeah, how much do you miss him on the court?
I hate him right now because he's not on the court.
We need to talk to Rick Scalabrine.
Yes, I don't even know who that is, because that's like Brian Scalabrine, Rick Scalabrine. We'll put both of those 2 names together.
Damn it, just let him play. Damn it, let him play.
This dude.
Steph, how nice is it to have Wiggs back after he missed a couple of games for personal reasons, and how is he doing?
He seems fine. That's kind of his question, just in terms of him being away. But we love Wiggs, need Wiggs. We're not complete. Obviously JK being out, it's even more of an emphasis on him at the wing spot. So we need him for sure.
Steph, with the Raptors celebrating their 30th season of existence, and them retiring Carter's number.
I haven't seen it.
Yeah, you can go out there right now if you want. Pop your head and go see it. What does that mean to you, and what does it kind of symbolize as a franchise as a whole as they celebrate its 30th?
It's amazing. I have a special kind of point of view on it because of my dad playing here for those 3 years. Me and Seth running around these hallways right here, spending a lot of time in this little practice gym, watching the 4th quarter of games from that little tunnel right there, to know like what Vince meant to this entire community, the country. It was kind of emotional watching the ceremony, just because as a child, growing up, I admired him, looked up to him. The energy in this building was crazy, so it's a cool milestone, to kind of celebrate the history of the franchise. And the only year I didn't like them was 2019, so that's it.
Earlier you talked about getting to 16 years to match your dad's career. You're there now, and your dad ended his career here. How does that sort of resonate with you as well?
It's been special to. I remember I had to interview my rookie year, and I answered that question like, what I want to be known for at the end of the day, and like that 16 year was always a big milestone. Because to your point, 2002 was my dad's last year here, and I was 14 years old and remember pretty much everything about it. So just the idea of getting to that milestone, but also now kind of trying to reinvent what it's like to keep playing at a high level this deep into my career. Very blessed and grateful for that, so it's special.
Can you imagine getting to 16 realistically once you started?
Did I? No. Yeah. Or how fast it fly by. Like that's it's the age-old every vet you talk to, like, hey, appreciate every year because it flies by, and you're like, all right, sure, I got you. And and then you look up and you get asked that question for sure. So, yeah, I never really imagined it, nor the accomplishments along the way. But when you come around familiar sights, like I look forward to this trip every year because of that. Living down on Lakeshore and like going to school here and the whole deal, like it was the full circle kind of moment, understanding what that 16-year milestone means.
Steph, I was talking to Emmanuel Quickly the other day, and he's obviously a guy who kind of modeled his game a little bit after yours, and I guess you guys interact a little bit when he's younger in his career. And I guess what I wondered is when you see so many point guards in this league that, I can see Steph Curry in them, and just in terms of the freedom they have to shoot from deep, and that being being an important part of their team's offense. And does that kind of make you feel old? Does it make you feel proud? Does it make you feel
all the feels? I had those guys for me when I was coming up. I always talk about Steve Nash and Reggie Miller as the kind of guides for me in my game. And if you're around long enough and you play at a high level and you're on the stage, people will watch, and whether it's intentional or not, or whether like they go to the gym like, oh, I want to work on that specific move or style, what you see you kind of emulate, and especially if you have that particular skill set. So it's cool to, and I just appreciate when the people acknowledge it, because I have no problem kind of shouting out my mentors / the models of who I looked up to, and it's sometimes the ego can kind of play a way in that, and it's pretty cool that there's an influence there.
And you had that jump when your first MVP year, you were about 8 threes a game, and then you jumped up to 11, and you've been around 11 to 12 per 36 anyway ever since. And looking back, like, do you wish you'd been doing that from the jump, and why didn't you? Like, what clicked that you would sort of pump up that volume?
Just confidence, and everything is earned in the sense, like, even from Davidson when I was my freshman year to my junior year, there's a kind of a natural evolution to my game, and that's the beauty of how I experienced it. There wasn't anything forced, and I worked on it, and I kind of started to see the pictures a little bit, understand how I was being guarded, and how I could kind of influence the game or impact the game a little bit more. So the more you get into it, the more you start to kind of assess what works for you. If I came in my rookie year and just started flinging, I don't think I would have adapted to or appreciated, how hard it is to do what, we have to do on a nightly basis, because it just wasn't my game at the time. So natural progression, still trying to reinvent that even now.